What's up, y'all? I have a migraine, and while I'm waiting on my meds, I decided to just go ahead and do an abridged version of this video, and I'll do the long version with all of the receipts and the graphics and all of that on another day when I'm feeling better, and it'll be on my YouTube channel. All up and through my comments under my videos, I keep seeing that this is Quad's karma for what she did to Mariah. This is false. Mariah was not kicked off of the show because of Quad. Mariah was kicked off the show because of Mariah. Quad is being kicked off the show for the same reason she was kicked out of the friendship with Mariah. Everything leads back to a punch-down system of hierarchies. And anytime you refuse to adhere to that, they have to get rid of you. I'm going to say what nobody else is saying in any of the other videos that I've seen. The problem with Married to Medicine is the medicine. It is the MDs and their egos. Everybody got egos, but the MD's egos are on a next level. They had a social circle more so than they had a friendship. MDs are always going to sit at the top because they are the most educated and the highest earning. So they always are going to feel superior to the housewives because they are the ones that generate the wealth and have all the education in their households. And they look at wives as people who would not have, do, or be anything were it not for them living off their husband's money. This was always going to present a problem with somebody like Mariah Huck, who is not beneath anybody. And I'm just going to wrap it up and suffice it to say Mariah Huck is that girl. The MDs are supposed to be better than everybody, and they were as long as it was just in a social setting. But when it got to TV, it was a different ball game. It was her show, and thus she was in control of everything. Production and Bravo as a network and the world in general hates a black woman being in charge. They hit the same flim-flam with Mariah that they've done to anybody else black that's created a show or been behind a show. They're going to do whatever they have to do to strip you of your power and then get rid of you. She had to choose between more camera time in front of the camera or more power behind the camera. She relinquished her power. That EP title that she had became nothing more than a vanity title that did not carry any real power. And the doctors knew they had her. They started to try to work their way back up to the top and make all of the wives beneath them. Mariah made a couple of missteps, not just with the contract, but also with the whole trying to get a bigger piece of the pie outside of the show. She tried to be Suge Knight and pull a cross between a 360 deal and like the Bethany clause that Bravo has that says because the show makes you relevant, any money that you make outside of the show because of something that you did on the show, you have to give us a percentage of it. I want 20% of what you do outside of the show for 5 years. They wasn't going for it. The next thing that she tried to do was constantly assert herself above the women in the group and on the show. 1,000,000 times in the first 2 seasons straight, you heard her with the whole, this is my show. You wouldn't be here if it weren't for me. I made you relevant. I'm the queen. I'm the nucleus. I'm the queen bee. Basically what I saw, even though I love Mariah down, I can be fair. Anytime she was mad at somebody, y'all had to be mad at them. Anytime she froze somebody out, y'all was supposed to freeze them out. If you did not, on some straight up state property beans, get down and lay down with Mariah, she would then turn on you and freeze you out. And that's what she kept doing to all of the ladies, but in particular to Quad. Now let's talk about Quad and what her role was supposed to be on this show. Quad was the last one to that whole doctor's friend group because she was the last one to get married to her doctor. So after years of Toya being the Quad, now Toya thought that she was finally going to have somebody to come in and was beneath her. And it did not work out in her favor. What Mariah did was she played double agent constantly. When she was in Quad's face, she was hyping her up. Miss Quad, she got it, she got it. Behind Quad's back, she would talk to the other doctors and the other doctors' wives like, oh, she don't know nothing. She a street urchin. I got to teach her everything that she knows. She did the exact same thing to Toya, so I don't see how you all can't see that. Quad and Mariah were real friends. And at the time that Mariah was burning down all of her other friendships outside of the show, she was also burning down her friendship with Quad. And the culmination to that came when she was drunk boots at STK and she assaulted Quad. After that, Quad did not ask for Mariah to be off the show. She said, I can peacefully coexist and be cordial. If you all want all of us to come to something, then just invite her and not me, because I'm not coming if she's going to be there. The ladies made it seem like they were taking Quad's side. They never liked Quad. They disrespected Quad from the very beginning. They always talked about Quad and made her the butt of the joke. They just hid behind her and teamed up with production that hated Mariah and wanted to get rid of Mariah. And it was the doctors with Toya, because she's a follower, but mainly it was the doctors and production that got Mariah off the show. What got Quad off the show was her refusal to bow down and bend the knee and kiss the ring. She asked that all apologies, whoever drew first blood, you're going to have to square that up first. And she's rightfully so. The doctors owe Quad an apology before Quad owes them an apology. Quad has always been dramatic, sensitive, unforgiving, a diva, habitually late. Everybody has talked about Toya and Eugene. And she's always been a recluse during downtime ever since she was hiding domestic violence to save Greg's career. So none of that is an excuse to get rid of her now. Ultimately, what got both of these women off the show was the doctors. You all are going to automatically assume that it's Heavenly because Heavenly is the loudest and the most animated. You are wrong. And then you're going to say it's Jackie because she was the most arrogant and she's just now getting exposed and getting her halo ripped off. Wrong again. The one person that nobody is looking at that had her nasty hand in every breakdown of every friendship on the show is Simone.